Alright guys, and welcome back to Scotty Knows. Today we're here filming another episode, and again we're back right here on the D16Z6 build. As you see in one of the previous videos, we've actually changed the entire setup to go with a top mount setup, which actually caused me to remove the power steering. So in the last video we got that taken care of. We also got the new manual rack in the car, so that's all said and done. So next, eventually I'll have to get out the AC cooling lines, all that stuff, which is going to have to take out the radiator to get access to that stuff. Not a big deal. But today's video is me getting closer to getting this damn thing in the car. We've been talking about this for a while now, and I think I have a solution. I actually took off the exhaust downpipe here and actually started working on the oil feed lines. And of course, the issue that I'm running into is the fact that it actually comes from this side, which is going to not work. So what I actually have is my other oil pan, the stock oil pan, and I got some drill bits here that I'm going to use to actually tap into this pan. So what my intention is going to be is to actually put it down in this area in here. So I'm going to tap the other oil pan, put this one on the shelf, and save this for another build. But ideally this should be able to allow me to connect this oil drain line, and then I can go ahead and run this drain line down and then get closer to getting this thing in the car. So that's kind of my idea. So I'm going to pop this off, get it all sort of cleaned up, and then I'll bring you guys back, and then we'll tap the other oil pan. Alright, so I got the oil pan off. I got the gasket maker cleaned off the block. But what I did was kind of figure out where I'm going to place this again, making sure it's in between the holes for the bolts for the oil pan. And of course, is try to get it above this little ridge, probably hard to see. I try to get it in between here as well on the other side. So I've already kind of marked out where I'm going to drill, and using the nut here, it's hard to see, I actually took a little punch, tapped my center hole just so I know where I'm going to drill, and then I'm going to use a small drill bit, drill me a pilot hole, and then go ahead and use the step bit to get it down to 3/4. And I believe I have it marked out here with some tape. Might be hard to see, but 3/4 is where I got it marked at. And we'll go down and get it done. So let me go ahead, and I'm gonna line the inside with some newspaper, and then I'll get my pilot hole drilled. Alright, so I got the oil pan done, got everything mocked up, kind of lined up. Even was able to measure my hose for my return line, got that all fitted up, and it's going to work out fine. My only problem is, of course, is going to be the intercooler piping coming down here, which again is not going to be an issue. This swivels, so I should be able to make a connection and still be able to get my intercooler piping in there, so not a problem. But while I was here, since I'm getting ready to, I think probably in one of the next videos, I'll be getting ready to get this thing in the car. I did take off the timing belt, got everything, just double checked everything to make sure everything was in time. So everything is set up in the stock configuration for the D16. Everything is lined up per the marks, as well as I got the arrow down here lined up for the timing marks there. So we're getting there. I'm gonna get that put back on here shortly. What I'm gonna do in the interim is actually remove the oil pan, just to get this thing all cleaned up. This thing was kind of like some crap, so I'm going to scuff it down, get some of that rough paint off, probably hit it with some high heat black, get this thing back on. I got a new gasket here, that way I don't have to fool around with the old one. I'll get the Honda bond on there, get that mocked up, and get that in its place. So bear with me. I'm gonna grab this, take this off, get it cleaned up, and get some paint on it. All right, so with the oil pan off, I just kind of wanted to show the inside of here. Let me see if I can get some better lighting. Kinda. So I went ahead and got that hole cleaned out. I went ahead and had to take a little bit of grinding to it, a little hand grinder, just to kind of knock down some of the rough edges. Kind of smooth it out best I could. Other side, looks pretty good. Everything is smooth, so it should be pretty good. So I'm gonna get this thing ready to paint and hopefully get this thing back on. All right, so it's actually the next day. I let everything cure overnight, but it does look a lot better. You can tell over here is actually where all the discoloration was. It turned out pretty good to scuff it down with a scuff pad. I went ahead and put the drain bolt in. I got that in. I just got to put in the oil return bung. It should be pretty good. So give you a little bit better picture of it. Nice and smooth there, so it should sit nice and flush. And we'll get this thing wiped out, cleaned out. I got my Honda bond. I got a new gasket, and then we'll get the oil pan back up for good. All right, so everything is back on. Everything is back in time. Make sure everything, double checked everything. Got the hose connected here. Hopefully I got a little bit of wiggle room here. If not, I can put an extension on here actually to push that out, which will allow me some more room for the intercooler piping. But she's in there. Everything's good. Waiting for all this stuff to dry. Should be good to go. So yeah, she's getting there. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of Scotty Knows. A lot of epic work here, getting closer to getting this thing in there. I know I always say that, but we're really getting there. There's a couple of things I wanted to double check, or definitely double check. The biggest hindrance really was, again, just putting this drain line on, which was kind of a pain in the butt to get it orchestrated, but I was able to tap the new oil pan, or the new used, well, original oil pan, to get things working right. But did adjust this. This was actually off. The cam gear was a little off a little bit, so I readjusted that, got everything back in time. Everything matches up correctly, so everything should be good to go. So we're getting closer to getting this thing in the car. Next step will be to tighten my feed line back to the sandwich plate, and then I'm going to focus on getting this thing done. I actually got a new tire in here. I'm going to set the motor down on the tire and allow me to get that transmission on. Then it's going in the car. So stay tuned for that. But again, I thank you guys for watching, staying tuned. To all my subscribers, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. A couple things in the next episode. I do got some big things to reveal. Stay tuned for that. Should be pretty epic. I got a little impatient, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, again, please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for all those who have subscribed. And until the next episode, I'll catch you then. Peace.